everybody, it's Tamika. I'm here to share with you guys a design team project from the Cutting Cafe. And this week's design team challenge, we could play with the mason jars, which are so cute every single time. I love playing with them. The files that we could use were Fun with Jars, Mason jar shaped card, which is the one that I used, and jar shaped cards. I want to start off by saying I downsized my card using my Silhouette Cameo. But it is a standard size card. If you decide to use the mason jar shaped card, it's the standard size card that you would get anywhere. So I wanted to say that. Also, I will put the link in the description box in case you guys are interested in any of these files. Be sure to check out Cyber Mondays. Regina has awesome files for you to choose from, and it's a great sale. And then also leave a comment on the blog with this post surrounding mason jars to be eligible to win 3 free files. So with all that being said, I am going to do one more tag with you guys at the end of this video. And I think they turned out super cute. So the file that I used again is the mason jar shaped tag, and it has a lot of covers or toppers or accessories for the mason jar. There's a bowl, there's 2 different lid covers. The file comes with sentiments and a couple of balloons. So be sure to check that out. So I chose to do a shaker tag. And they are so adorable. It's 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And they will just be perfect for any type of gift that you're giving. You guys know I love to do 2 in 1. So these will sit until I need to use them. So that's what I did. Here's the back. I even covered the back up with the top of the mason jar. This one happens to have a scalloped edge. A little flat back pearl is hiding the glue that is holding my tag. And the front, I tied some gold twine around the edges. Here's that bow. I added a tiny little sequence in there. And I just stamped thank you with one of my Tim Holtz stamps. Punched out a butterfly. And love it. The paper that I use is a digital paper that I had. I accidentally printed it in 28-pound laser paper. So I had like 8 sheets that I have to mat for everything. So I decided to use them on this, and I think it is adorable. And hopefully I'll be able to insert a picture so you guys can see. I'm not sure if this glare or the white light balance is a little off, but anyway. Super cute. That's the one. Love it. And then here's the second one. Really cute. I love all the little pieces of shakers in there, and I love it. I used some sequins on here in gold and then a little bit on the blue. I used blue twine this time, and then I used a sticker sheet from Stickabilities. It's by the Paper Studio, and this came from Hobby Lobby, and I just used this word here that says happy birthday. Like I said, I like to do 2 in 1, so I want to be able to use this at another time. Again, I used some twine. This twine actually came from a swap that was gifted to me in one of the goodies. Really pretty pink ribbon twine. And did the same thing on the back with the scallop edge and the flat back pearl to hold it. Really cute. And then you can also write on the back. You can write your to from or your little sentiment on the back if you choose to do it this way. So these are super cute and adorable. Love it. So we're going to make one more here, just so you guys can see how easy it is. Now, if you don't have a cutting machine, you can always print these out and cut them using your scissors. Cut them out, print them out in PDF and cut them using the scissors. So, really easy files to do. What I did, like I said, what did I say? I was going to say de-sized, but I don't think that's the word. I downsized them to this size. So this is what I was talking about. The paper is so flimsy. I accidentally printed it out on, this is like copy paper weight almost. So that's my base. You want to cut out one base if you want just a nice, you know, simple thin layered mason jar, or shaker rather. So I thought that it was enough. I don't want it to be too heavy hanging off my package. And then you want to cut out some mason jar pieces. And I used 5. Here we go. And then I cut out my front. So whichever one I'm going to use for my front. And then you want to, I think that's it. You want to cut out some clear cardstock. Regina sells this in her sister site, so you definitely want to go ahead and check that out. So what I'm going to use is some fine line adhesive, and this has a tiny little piece that's hanging off that I really just don't want on here. So I'm going to choose a different one. Alright, so what you want to do is use, this isn't fine line adhesive, this is a fine line tip, but the adhesive is glossy accents. I just like to put it in this jar or this container, and I got these online at Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box. I got 2 bottles for, I don't know, I think $7 or something like that. Really, really feasible. So I'm just adding glossy accents all around that edge, and I'm going to pick a nice clean pattern place to put this, and I'm just going to lay that down, just lightly tapping it or rubbing around it because I don't want any of the glue to come seep on the inside of my acetate or clear cardstock. Alright, so I am going to let that sit while we do some other stuff, so that can sit and think a minute. So I cut the mason jar out in some cardstock so that it can have a nice heavy base, and I'm also going to use this glue to adhere everything down. I think it works perfectly, and it's faster than wet glue to me, and it sticks better. So that's all I'm going to do is just add that, and then I'm going to add the top piece here. Line it up really well. Caress it a bit. Make sure it gets a good adhere. And then I like, my glue is warm. I like to have it nice and warm. I know when I had it in the garage, it took forever for it to come out. But 2, it didn't seem to want to adhere to anything that well when it was cold. So, I do hope you guys decide to create this. It's so fun, and mason jars are very versatile. You can use them for birthday, get well. You can even, which is one thing that what I was thinking about doing was making it into like if someone's sick and get well, you can use it as like a flower vase and have like stamped flowers on the inside. Stems coming out if you have one of those flower stamps. I think this file actually does have the option to have stems on it. It's either this file or one of the other ones. I saw that the stems you can actually do, you know, like thinking of you and have this be like a flower vase. So that's also another idea. Alright, so the next thing, while that's sitting and thinking, the next thing I'm going to do is get my toppers together. So I cut out the base in a white cardstock, and like I said, this is why I wanted to go ahead and start using this paper, because I have to mat everything. And if you know me, good gosh, I do not like matting at all. So having to do this for like a big project would just drive me nuts. So anyway, this will add some stability to the mason jar tag. I know, but it'd be nice if I would have just stopped trying to click so fast and, you know, print it out like I wanted it to be printed out on 110-pound weight cardstock like I normally do. So that's the one of them, and then I'm just going to do the other one so the front and the back can be finished. So it can just, you know, when you're writing on the back your sentiment, if you decide to write on the back, it'll still be a finished look. Right? So just massage that in there. I'm trying not to massage too much because it makes the table shake, which makes the camera shake. And I know that that makes you guys a bit annoyed and dizzy. Alright. We'll let those two sit for a moment. So the next thing we want to do, that's that, is start to layer these pieces. Now I'm going to do one on camera because I know that you don't want to sit here and watch me do all of these mason jar openings. Now this is what creates the shaker card, and it works perfectly. You get everything lined up and cut it with layers. I used to cut it with foam, but ever since watching Bridget, Shoe Princess's 1 video, I take the time and I cut it out 1,000 times and then I make my shaker. So all I'm doing is just going around the edges, making sure that glossy accents gets on each and every crevice of this, because you don't want your little shaker bits to fall out. Alright, so I need to do that, and I'm going to do it to these next 3, so it could be nice and lined up like that, and then I will be back. Alright, all of my pieces have been adhered. There we go, nice thick border. So the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and add this to the base. So I'm just going to add a plethora of glossy accents, just making sure that that gets adhered to that base really well. Okay, and I'm just going to lay it on top, nice and centered, and apply a little pressure. Okay, I love how this looks already. Cute. So yeah, I'm just going over this a few times just to make sure it's just in there. So what I'm going to do now is take some shimmer mist and shimmer this, because I want it to gloss and shine everywhere. So I'll be back. I'll heat this up and then I'll be back. There we go. I don't even know if you can see the shimmer, but hey, it's shimmered. Alright, so let's go ahead, and this is nice and adhered. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And I probably would want to use my teeny tiny scissors, but this is what I have here. This cardstock, this clear cardstock, is pretty easy to cut around. It's not heavy duty. It'll hold your projects for sure, but it's not hard to cut out. Even for me, the sloppiest fussy cutter in the land. Alright, move that out the way. So this is what we have. See? Pretty easy. So I am going to adhere, let's see, I'm going to adhere the back of my tag. Alright, it looks like the back of my tag came in contact with some sticky something. Maybe I have a little bit of that glossy accents that I dropped somewhere, but I don't like it, so I'm going to cover it up. And this is just the middle pieces to the mason jar. So easy peasy. That's why I save all my pieces till I get done. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add the back of this mason jar cover to the top, and this is for the back, just so we can have a clean finish. See how cute that is? That unicorn is so pretty. Super cute. Alright, that's the back. And then here's the front. We will work on that later. So this label also came from the Cutting Cafe. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp on here. I'm using this stamp set I got from the Scrapbook Expo this past time that I went, I believe. It's called Typed Notes, and it's by Close to My Heart. And I'm just going to use this one here that says, just a quick note to say hello, using Memento ink in Tuxedo Black. And I'm just going to stamp it right on here. Okay, thought I had something to clean this with. I will clean that later. Alright, so here's that. Cute! And that's going to fit like right there. So I am going to etch this with this gold marker just around the edges. And this marker came from the Michaels $1.50 bin. I'm just going to etch this all around the edges. And this is actually left over from my Thrifted Treasures project that I did when I did the table. I used this marker to outline like the crevices in the middle of that table. So I'm surprised there's still some juice left. Alright, a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm also going to use this Wink of Stella pen. This came in a swap. It was a gift from, oh my gosh, who's this from? I'm not even going to say who it was from. But thank you. I want to say it was, no, I'm not even going to say it because then they'd be like, nope, I didn't do that. Anyway, thank you very much. The Wink of Stella pen. And I'm just going to give it just a bit more shine, I'm going to outline what I just outlined. That's the Wink of Stella gold. And then this is what it looks like. Alright, so that's done. Oh, actually it's not done because I'm going to add some dimension to the back. It's just my foam dots in the circle pattern. Okay, now we're complete. Right? So far. So now it's time to add some happiness to the middle. Alright. So I'm using some these I got from eBay. If I find the link, I will definitely let you guys know. So all I did was, make sure that's nice and sturdy. All I did was add the colors that I like. And then these are flowers in pink. This particular one is hearts and this one is stars. So those are the, I'm just adding pink and, let's see, the gold hearts. I think need a little bit of love in this jar. These things are so stinking tiny. Okay, I'm going to add some blue stars because that paper has a lot of blue in it. I'm also going to add some purple. Yay. Sprinkle with love. Alright, I'm going to scoop this off and pour that in there too. Okay. And then I'm going to add, this came in a swap as well a while ago. It's like rose gold flakes because I need it to be flat because my shaker is not very dimensional. It's only like 6 layers deep. So these make the sound that we want the shaker to make. So we put some of that in there. And some vintage sparkle glitter. I got this from Tuesday Morning a long time ago. Just to make it shimmer all up and through. And then a little bit of my sequins already came out of the bag. I'm using some sequins in light pink. See, my bag is not closed very well, obviously. And this came from, let me see, Cartwright. I'll put that down in the description box below. But since this is already falling out, we're just going to use these. Throw these in there. We'll need a whole bunch. Just a little bit. And then I'll get this one too. Alright. I'm going to make sure that that's flat enough. Get the glitter off the edges. Really cute. That'll make a great shaker. So now it's time to add the shaker. So I'm just going to add a lot of this clear glossy accents to the perimeter. Make sure that it just does not seep out. So just do one continuous line, making sure I get this going across too to close it up. Alright, and then we're going to add that to it. Just making sure it lines up. Give it some love. Okay, so once you get, make sure that it just adheres. I'm going to let that sit for a moment. I like to sit something on top of it. Let it sit. In the meantime, I am going to get my topper together here. This bow is also from the file. So I've cut it out in the pattern paper. And then I've cut it out in the white cardstock. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that. And I'm going to add this cute bow. This bow is adorable. It's like a little present. Okay. Line that up. Now I'm going to add some twine. And I'm using this metallic cording from Target. It's a $1 bin. And I got it a while ago. I think it was during Halloween. So, it's going to take the back of my jar topper and add a dot of glue to start my cord on the back. Okay. And then I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times like that. And pull it just a little bit tight and add a little more, 1 dot of glue to finish it off. And then once that's stuck, just cut off the extra like that. So I'm using some adhesive foam, and I'm going to layer this right on the bottom because I want that to stand out, stand up off the jar a little bit. So I'm going to add some hot glue to the back that's not adhesive and put it on the back of the topper like that. I don't want my hot glue to seep out, so I'm just making sure that I adhere it without the top of that seepage. Okay, that's that. And then this little guy is going to go on top, but I'm going to add a little sequence to the middle. Let me use this rose gold one here. I think this pack came from the Dollar Tree. I am not certain, but I think it did. Put that right in the middle there. Okay. The jar should be nice and adhered by now. Look at it. Super cute. Okay. I can play with that all day. So we're going to adhere this to the top, right? So I'm going to take the backing off. I'm going to apply a little bit of glue to it because I really want it to stay. And I'm kind of going to look at it and line it up with that back piece back there as best I can. And then again, I don't want the glue to seep out the top, so just pressing down. Making sure that it stays. Voila! And then I'm just going to add, let me add my piece first. Here. Just a quick note to say hello. Some adhesive dots. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of this wet glue to this, this accent glue to the center so it can stay, even though the foam will do a great job of it. There we go. And I have a little punched butterfly. Put that there where I can do, I think I'm going to do that, just that. Super cute. And then to finish it off, I think I'm going to add a little bit of some of these, what do you call these? Sequins. Just grabbing a little bit and adding it there. Cute. Just a little bit. Do I want one right there, or do I want to add the butterfly? I think I kind of want to add the butterfly. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to get this twine going. And all I did was add a dot of glue to the corner. And then add my twine there to the edge. And this little bag of flat back pearls. I'm not sure where these came from. I'm going to cover them up with that like so. I'm going to make sure my twine faces the right direction first. And we're done. That's that one, that's that one, and then there we go. Isn't that adorable? Alright guys, hopefully you will try this at home. Check out these files from the Cutting Cafe. I think you will like them. All of them will be in the description box. Be sure to leave a note on the blog to be eligible to win the files. Alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Like the video if you like it. Bye.